Hello everyone, welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. So, I've been thinking, and for your guys' sake, I am not going to try and do the Flemeth fight right now, as I needed characters with different abilities to do that fight. So I've returned to camp, and Wynne is going to explain why she fell over on the way there.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. Remember my apprentice, Petra? She encountered a demon in the tower. It would have killed her had I not intervened. I saved her life that day, but I did not survive that encounter with the demon.
So you're dead?
Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor. The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
That's so sad. I love Wynne. She's the mum of the group.
Yes, that we will.
God, if we're dumping heavy shit on us right now. This hurts, man. I think we can pick up Liliana's quest as well.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? Where did you hear this?
Someone told me this a long time ago, I guess. I guess if my father was...
And you believe everything you hear? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
What sort of patron?
Nobles, mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
You were a bard, weren't you?
I have revealed too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past. My skills served me well, but the day finally came when I decided to just put them aside. I found myself in Ferelden, and sheltered from bad weather in the chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here.
Okay, so we didn't pick up a quest. Well, that said, I am thinking that we should go back to Denerim because there's some stuff that we need to finish up there. So I'll save right here, and we will do that.
Yes.
Indeed.
Who should I bring? Either Leliana or Wynne, I'm thinking. Let's go Wynne.
Yes.
You'd like to go to Denerim? And we have to do Sten's quest as well. Oh, trouble. Hello, demon. That's a headdress you got there. Oh fuck, we're all burned. Oh great. Alistair. Alistair is just fucking stabbed. We're all just stabbing ourselves. There's no saving us. Okay, whoa. I just... okay, we need to heal. Morgan and Wynne can heal each other. She doesn't have enough. Oh, she's already cast enough. Okay. We should really do something about that guy, huh? How do we get up there?
Now we can have
Let's wreck his bitch. Oh shit. Morgan, where are you? Can you... Oh yeah. Let's take it up.
My bruises are all bruised now.
You okay there, Wynne?
Darkspawn.
interesting and draining. I called forth the spirit that sustains me so that it could lend us aid. I did not realize it would take this much out of me. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little.
Just take it easy.
Well, that's certainly conceivable. I suppose I shouldn't be using that particular trick to entertain children at parties.
Oh, ha ha. Yeah. Take it easy.
I promise I'll be careful. And thank you. Your concern is touching.
On we go. Okay, so we need to go and finish off that this quest. See if we can actually do this time. Yeah. Which means we'll have to go through quite a lot of rooms.
Very well.
I'll take it. Gee, there sure are an awful lot of traps. That's terrible. Yeah, and then after this we will go and talk to Alistair again. See if he has anything to say about, like, law and stuff, because everyone else has had quite a bit to say, but I've just been focused on romancing him. Oopsie! See, last time I did this, I did not have Cone of Cold as an ability, so this should be interesting and a bit fun.
More enemies ahead!
Morgan, use what do you have? You have Winter's Grasp. She has Stone Fist, alright. Stone Fist that guy. Morgan, where are you? actually competent now.
It shall be done.
Find the fire crystals useful for fighting dragons, so I will take that.
We must have victory.
Let us end this!
I'll probably resist that, but it will slow him down. Oh dear. Morgan, can you freeze that guy? Yes.
Direct me.
Yeah, that's it. Dash the Alistair. Dash that bitch. I can't speak English.
Very well.
All I heard was some interesting noises.
It is begun.
The barricade has a health bar. Makes total sense. Is that the end? I think that's the end. What's in here?
Very well.
Let's just loot someone's cabinet. Anyone who uses an axe in my party is Ogren, and he has a better one already, I'm pretty sure, so... Auto-save. I'm gonna have to fight this guy.
I know not how you're survived thus far. Is it luck or providence? No matter. You will not survive this!
Ooh, boss fight.
Enemies approaching!
Oh! Well, this is rather interesting. Morgan, can you freeze these bitches, please? That should just freeze them, not Alistair.
You will learn!
And then... paralyze...
Fear me! I am ready!
Morgan, can you help us out, please? Freeze them all. Alistair, heal yourself, please. Stop broadswording me, it's not nice. Die. What the fuck? Morgan, can you heal Win? Okay, well, Win's healing everyone else, so I guess Morrigan, you're using a health poultice.
Here.
These guys are squishy as hell. Alistair does so much damage. Hell yeah. Why were you red, Morrigan?
It is begun.
Ooh. I'll take it, thank you very much. And we will level up Miss Morrigan. Let's get her some more magic and some more health and dexterity. Alright. There's literally a way out here. Okay, where should we go? Let's go back to the market district. Okay, Slim Cauldry. Okay, we have just some stuff to do here. Slim Cauldry, who are you?
Hello there, Warden. I'm a friend. I've heard you're putting up the good fight against Loghain and Howe, right? Good for you. Make a spit on all those arrogant noble bastards. I've also heard you have certain skills. Skills of the street, you might say. No judgments here, mate. I want to help you.
This guy looks like, Sam from Lord of the Rings. Who are you?
The name is Slim Cauldry, and if you've heard of me, I've been doing a sad job of it, haven't I? I hear a great many things, and for those who view certain pesky laws as mere nuisances, there's some ripe fruit to be plucked out there. I can point the way. All I ask is for a little slice for myself.
I'm probably capable of robbing people by myself. I mean, I guess so far I've kind of been playing like a chaotic neutral type character. So, and also money. Sure.
Well, one of my mates noticed your skills. Nice piece of work, that. Uncommon caliber, if you don't mind me saying. But I need to know what else you can do. Ever done bump and grabs? Do much blending in shadows? Different opportunities for different folk, you know.
Stealth I've covered, but I don't pick pockets.
More of a second story man, eh? So was I back in the day. The thrill of the hunt. Dodging guards, in and out, no one the wiser. Ah, the good life. Now that we have that settled, just ask away. One point. I don't like blood much. Call me old-fashioned, but the Maker says thou shalt not strangle, decapitate or whatnot unless the other fella really had it coming, eh? I realise sometimes you do what you have to, but restrained, right? So, what are you interested in?
So, this guy has a code. Okay. I'd like to ask you some questions.
I'm more of a man on a mission type. Chit-chat's boring if you ask me.
Okay, Palace District is like, I think one of the locations that is not currently available on the city map. So...
No. The Royal Guard would spot you on sight. The Palace District sits atop a tall mesa. Steep cliffs. Only one way in. And that's how they like it.
Move anywhere else?
I've got a place for you. It should be easy money for you. It'll cost 1 sovereign, though.
Perhaps later.
I'll be here when you need me.
Okay, so we do have to get into the palace, I guess, somehow. To do something there, which I do not know.
Magic exists to serve man and never to rule.
Hi.
Strange that matters can be so tumultuous and yet the day still be so bright. Oh, my pardon. Just thinking aloud. Are you here for the Chanter's Board?
How do you know?
Well-armed individuals that visit the rectory tend to be here for that. Chanter Rosamond is tireless and resolute in her duties. I'm sure you can find something of interest on her board.
What do you do there?
I am Sister Justine, curator of the reliquary of this chantry. And pride again. It is hard to live up to the example of Andraste.
What's a curator do?
The archivist tends the books, and I tend the sacred relics. I also search for more to add to our collection, which is more difficult than it sounds.
And these scrolls.
Really? Oh, pardon my incredulity. I would like to examine them in any event. Let me see. The scrolls are old, no question, and the script. It's written in cipher. Early believers used them to keep their writings safe from the Devinter Magus. These could be authentic. Please, let me examine it.
Of course.
I need parchment, quill, and ink. What was the trick to the cipher again?
Okay, I
examined your scrolls. I know a few of the early chantry ciphers, but I'm not fully familiar with this one. The bits I have made out. This may be an account of Maferath's final days, and perhaps more.
Maferath is an Andraste's husband.
I know. It's remarkable. The same Maferath who betrayed our prophet and saw her burn alive in Minrath Rus. If we could get a real translation,
That was a pronunciation
well, it could be the
and a half.
find of our lifetime.
How long will it take to decipher?
It could take months. The ciphers were designed to be difficult for the Magisters to decrypt. Who knows what secrets we can uncover, what truths we can find. Here is all of the allowance I have for acquisitions. Take it and go. 1,000 blessings.
Okay, so that happened. Right. God, we've got quite a lot of things. God, so much stuff that I've just like given up on and to come back to later. Okay, so I think that is everything we can.
I was getting to that bar.
That is everything we can currently do here. So let us depart. Okay. I don't know, I kind of want to do some of this DLC stuff as well. But also, we should really go and get Sten's sword as well. So let's go back to camp. God, I love these little side missions. So cool.
I lied to you, you know, about why I left Orlais.
Why?
I didn't feel like talking about it then, what happened to me. Maybe it will affect us, maybe not, but you should know. I came to Ferelden and the Chantry because I was being hunted in Orlais.
Hunted?
I was framed, betrayed by someone I thought I knew and could trust. Marjolaine. She was my mentor and friend. She taught me the bardic arts, how to enchant with words and song, to carry myself like a highborn lady, to blend in as a servant. The skills I learned, I used to serve her, my bard master, because I loved her, and because I enjoyed what I did.
So she's your ex. Nice.
She claimed to have retired. She married a noble and inherited his wealth when he died. To many she was just a rich widow. I thought I knew her. My devotion to her blinded me to her less than noble attributes. You can say it was my fault. There was a man I was sent to kill. I was to bring Marjolaine everything he carried. I don't know who this man was. She gave me a name and a description, and I hunted him down. I found documents on his body, sealed documents.
Important documents?
It turns out that they were. My curiosity got the better of me. Something told me that I needed to know what was in those letters. Marjolaine had been selling all kinds of information about Orlais to other countries, Nevara and Antiva among others. It was treason.
Isn't that what bards do?
Some. But I had always assumed Marjolaine only operated within Orlais. This was an unhappy surprise for me. My life as bard taught me that my loyalties should be kept fluid. My concern was not that she was a traitor, but that her life would be in danger if she was caught. Orlais has been at war with so many countries. It takes a harsh view of such things, as I later discovered. I should have left well alone, but I didn't. I had to tell Marjolaine I feared for her life. She brushed aside my concern. She admitted her guilt, but said it was in the past. That is why the documents had to be destroyed, she said. I believed her. I kept believing, up till the moment they showed me the documents, altered by her hand, to make me look the traitor.
They showed you the documents? Who's they?
The Orlesian guards. They captured me. Did terrible things to make me confess and reveal my conspirators. It was a traitor's punishment I endured. And at the end of it, all that awaited me was eternity in an unmarked grave.
That's terrible. Honestly, I really love Leliana. I think if I ever do another playthrough, which I probably will at some point, I will romance her, but that would probably be as male warden because, I mean, Alistair has my whole heart. So, yeah.
The skills Marjolaine taught me were good for something at least. I broke free when I saw the opportunity. I did not seek Marjolaine out. If she thought I was coming for her, she would have me caught again.
So you came to Ferelden.
I was tempted to confront her. I was furious, betrayed. But what could I do against her? And so I fled to Ferelden, to the Chantry and the Maker. Ferelden protected my person, and the Maker saved my soul. And that is the reason I am here. The real reason. No more lies between us, at least in this.
Thank you for trusting me with this.
It feels good to have this off my chest. Thank you for listening and understanding.
Okay, so that's Leliana's tragic backstory, I guess. Let's go see if Alistair has anything new to say.
Yes?
God, I love him.
Of course.
Tell me about the Great Ones.
Such as they are.
Is there a headquarters somewhere?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt. Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfelds, 1,000 miles from here. But I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
The compound in Denerim. So what happens now that it's just the two of us? You know, maybe I should have saved, because I'm not going to risk anything that's going to make him disapprove.
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands.
Do I risk it? I guess I'm gonna have to. Actually, no.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. Yes?
I'm gonna save before I ask him that question because I'm taking 0 risks. Hello again.
Yes?
Yes.
Of course. Such as they are. I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the Blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
You need to start rebuilding.
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be 2 of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere. About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. Yes?
Yes.
Of course.
So how did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
Ha ha. God. Treading thin ice.
Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
You don't seem like the religious sort.
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
You think Duncan took this? Do you think...
I don't know. Maybe. When he came looking for recruits, I just remember praying fervently to the Maker that he would pick me. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I would never... I wouldn't have.
I'm sorry.
No, it's... I'm sorry. I shouldn't be... It's fine. He died a hero. They all did. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Well, he approves +1. That's good enough, I guess. Okay, and I think the next approval shift is 71, so we'll need to find something. Okay, so let's go and do Sten's quest. Let's save right there. And let us bring
Yes.
the dream team. Sten.
Yes.
And let us go to Lake Calenhad docks. Because he said that he lost his sword near Lake Calenhad, and that's the closest place to Lake Calenhad that isn't like another place. Trouble? Gosh.
Quickly!
More again. Freeze some of these bitches.
Even the steady can be cut down.
Performed as I expected.
As you say. Very well.
Sometimes I forget on my character's foot that my character like has a like in combat voice, and then I'm just like, who's that talking? Right. Level up. I would like more dexterity, constitution, and strength. Actually, I think the most useful thing I could unlock now is think we'll do this one. We can level up Sten as well. Here needs more strength and constitution and willpower. Let's give him tactics because it seems like best for him. And I think I'll go for Death Blow. We're on a desolate highway.
Look there! A cunning trap!
Yes, I can see that. This is some lighting. This is very calming music.
Make her rest the souls of all, Templar and Mage, who gave their lives defending the Circle. May they find peace at last.
This is so pretty. This would be a nice place to live if you weren't, like, constantly oppressed.
Isn't that the point? We could all be figments of someone else's imagination. Exactly.
Good to see you again.
You, I, everything. All a dream. But whose dream?
I like this music. It's very calming. Hi.
Yes?
Oh, this is one of these.
All right, let me take a look. I feared this day would come.
They'll just run off. Like, sure.
Welcome back to the Spoiled Princess. How may I serve you today?
Just hang around.
Of course. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know.
Okay, so, looks like your sword's not here, mate. Sorry. Does this mean we just have to search, like... Does this mean we have to, like, search every location around Lake Calenhard? That sucks, man. But like, look at this. It's so pretty. Honestly, if I hadn't been, like, overtaken by demons...
Back off! I was here first!
I don't see a sword lying around.
Why, you looking to buy one? A Q what? Well, honestly, I don't have any swords. The spot was picked pretty clean when I got here. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it, I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Ferrin. Squirrely little bastard, if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I said it anyway.
Where's he now?
He was going to Orzammar, he said. I imagine he's gotten there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him. Ha!
Okay. Guess we gotta go on a goose chase. Hooray! I guess he could be in the outside part if he's like a wandering trader.
So, are you going to continue staring at me as if I am covered in eels?
Eels would be something.
Prudery. How charming. I expected paranoia. This is much better. I prefer to be stared at lustfully, if at all.
Keep trying, then.
Oh? Then shall I demonstrate an act or two, and you may tell me hot or cold?
I'll save time. Cold.
You are a tease.
God, I fucking love Morrigan. Yeah, she's probably my... I don't know. In the order of my favourite characters, it would be definitely Alistair at the top, obviously. And then... either Leliana or Morrigan. I think Morrigan edges out Leliana just slightly. So Leliana will be in third. And after that, I don't know. I don't really...
It is begun.
Have, like, a preference.
As you say.
Get some codex.
Bread. Please, sir. Just a bit of bread.
Gossip.
Folks came in yesterday with crazy stories about Redcliffe. You hear about that?
Something about the dead rising and killing everyone.
Barrel. Money. Service dwarf. Farron. Aha. Found you.
Step right. Make us breath. Oh, beg your pardon, friend. You, startled me a bit.
You're Farron, right?
You've, heard of me?
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir. I don't have it. I swear by Andraste's knickers. I sold it on the way here.
Where is it now?
I sold it to a dwarf in Redcliffe, name of Dwin.
Thank you. We'll leave you alone.
Thank you. Come again.
Stone approves. Okay, good. I already had like very high approval from him though, so I will not consider that too much of an achievement. Let us go to Redcliffe Village. Is Dwin the guy with the house that like we had the opportunity to knock on the door and like there was no answer? I have a feeling it was. So just gonna go break into some guys. Bleh, can't English. Guess we're gonna go break into some guys' house then. Seems to be a thing in Bioware games, gotta say. Huh? Oh, I have more points to spend on him. Okay. I'll unlock these then. I don't know if there's any combat in this quest. Guess we'll find out. Caitlin's home. Okay, so it's in this direction I'm facing in, which is good. And I'm going completely the wrong way, as per usual. Yay!
You know, you never did tell me how you passed the time in that cage for so long.
No, I didn't.
So... what did you do in there?
A training exercise. I would observe an object, and then try to think of all the words in your language which began with the same letter as its name.
That? Wait, just wait. You're joking again, aren't you?
No.
You are not telling me that you played I Spy against yourself for 20 days?
There are a lot of things in Lothering that begin with G.
Oh, I love them. Once again, I'm going the wrong way. God, I have the most, like, atrocious sense of direction. It's not even funny. That's Caitlin's home. Dwayne's home. Hello? God, I have some lock picking. Definitely pick the lock on the door. Let's go. Hello, thugs.
Oh, it's you. The one they're all talking about. Shouldn't you be out there celebrating with the rest of them? Go on, out!
You have something I want.
Now, why would you be interested in that?
It's mine.
You know, Farron didn't mention the giant he took it from was alive.
You give it the sword and we'll go.
Excellent idea. It's in my strongbox. Here's the key. Now, why don't you leave me alone?
Well, it was easier than I thought. Where's the box? God, even in someone's goddamn house, I have no sense of direction. Let's take it. Okay, so that went rather well. Let us return to camp and gift Sten his lovely sword. Okay, let's give some gifts, shall we? That's the wrong button. I have a bedroom key. What's that the key for? I don't know. Black runestone? That's a gift for Alistair. Why have I not given that to him?
Is that for me? Really? Wow! Wow!
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
Yeah, what would you do now?
My sword is in my hand again. I should put it to use. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the blight were ended. Don't you agree?
So you're staying then?
I am one of the Beresad. I have never abandoned the field with a battle unmet.
I'm glad to have you.
Yes, it isn't every Grey Warden who has her own Beresad. I will see you reach the Archdemon. Lead the way.
Alright. Does that mean he's at max approval then? Yup, it does. And now Alistair's approval is... oh yeah. Alright. I really want to get his approval to max. Liliana, how would you like some barred shoes? Let's just equip everyone quickly. Everyone, what do you got? Dalish boots. Oh no, these are all slightly better. Currently no armor I can give him that's better. Dalish clothes. Should give him a helmet, huh? Even though it looks kind of stupid. Can I give him better swords as well? God, that's terrible. Take for that. Trash. Alistair. I feel like that's a very good sword. But it needs more strength, which he does not have. God, I've really had to work for Alistair's approval. But I guess that's a good thing. Because it's made me appreciate his romance a lot more, I guess. Useful for Morgan. Totem. Is that a gift for someone? I can't remember. Is it for Stan? I don't know. Bedroom key. I don't know what that's used for. But, yeah. Are they conversing?
Something I can help with?
Can you teach me to be a bard?
There's an idea. I've watched you, and I do think you'd find some of my skills quite easy to pick up. Let's just go over there, away from the others, for safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time.
So that unlocks that. Okay. I think there is supposed to be a quest for, where you go and hunt down Marjolaine and, like, possibly kill her. But I don't know. I mean, really, we should go and kill Flemeth. The only problem with that mission is that I won't have Morrigan with me, and she's like my lifesaver. I'll only have Wynne, who doesn't have Cone of Cold, so that makes that fight a lot more difficult. But that said, I want to go and do some of this DLC stuff. So let's save that. With the dream team.
Indeed.
And Liliana, let's go.
Indeed.
Okay, let's go do some DLC, shall we? Maybe I should have done the one that was closer to where I actually was. That would have been smart. Oh well, I'm not smart, so whatever. I'm in trouble, of course. Ah, what the fuck? What the I'm down. Let me up, fuck. Alistair, what are you doing? Heal.
Very well.
This is going rather well. I should heal again.
Let's have at it!
Fuck. You see, this is why I make poor life decisions. I think this time we will opt for the the one that's slightly closer to home.
Yes.
Indeed.
I don't know. Should I ring Liliana or Wynne? No. It's either Wynne or Liliana that I want to take with me. I don't know, I really like bringing Wynne, actually. So I think I'll take her. And we will go to whatever this is.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
You're asking me just what are you doing out here?
Oh, waiting for my helper to find the damn mule, of course. Freezing! Oh, I suppose you meant why am I out here?
Duh.
As in this part of the country. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service.
Melissa, Pleased to meet you.
I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out?
What do you need?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
Control rod for a golem, eh? What does control rod do?
The dwarf I brought it from said it activates and controls a golem. So long as you have it in your hand, the golem does what you say. Might be useful, no? I mean, you look like the sort who could use one, yes?
Are you saying I'm gonna get a golem for doing this? That's so cool.
The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in a village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn. That's not such an issue for adventurous types like yourself, surely? Or I'm hoping that's so, at least.
Yeah, I think I could use it.
Just as well. As I mentioned before, you'll find the golem down south, in a town called Honleith. I'll mark it here on your map. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.
Personal golem sounds pretty good to me.
Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
Damn, I should have looked at this sooner. I'll be doing that for sure. Let's go. Honleith. Ooh, this is really exciting. Oh, for every time. Every goddamn time. Oh, great. Morgan. Oh shit, Oh, I love how high this heals. Hello, Grey Warden! Very cute. Stop killing me, you bitch. Stop killing my husband. Stop killing my husband. Get off. No. Get off him. Get off. Get the fuck off my husband. This is why I like bringing her in, because she can heal people. And speaking of which, I can level her up a bit, so magic and willpower. Constitution, and yeah, that's all. I definitely want to unlock Cone of Cold for her, but I can do... I really want her to have Cone of Cold though, so I'm gonna get Frost Weapons, and then next time she levels up we'll get Cone of Cold. Because it's OP as hell. Ooh. I'll take it. But I have a feeling Alistair has better armor. Nope, he has the same armor. That's great. And nobody else has high enough strength to have that. Lettuce. Green vegetable be on our way. I like lettuce, but not on its own. On its own it's a bit strange tasting. Why am I talking about lettuce? Wow, this place is pretty. Look at that. Huh? Oh shit. That's one. I think this guy's like 5 health.
I'm done with that one.
Sure, a lot of bad guys in this village. Alistair. It's okay. Stop killing my husband, you bitch. Just grasp one of these guys. Stupid animation. Guess you should throw that on.
It is begun. I shall do it. It shall be done.
So much money. Can I just loot this entire village? What will happen to those 2 people I saw before? I'll take it.
It is begun. I shall do it.
Last chest. Needs a key. And it does not look like we can go into any of these houses. So I guess that means we just keep exploring. Just hover over some of these doors. None of them are lighting up. Oh shit, I should have saved. Should have saved! Killing my husband, you bitch. I keep thinking she shouts "There's no glory in battle," but what she actually shouts is "No glory in, there's no glory in bloodshed."
It is begun.
Bloody bronze key. Take it.
I shall do it.
Just nicking people's
as you say.
Possessions of their dead bodies. Like that lawful good character I am. Haha, lol, no.
It is begun.
I can't even equip crystals, where am I? Shale. Is that its name? Shale? I'll take them, but Wilhelm's cellar. What's in here? More darkspawn, I'm willing to bet, probably. Strange crystal.
As you say.
Cluster. Well, I haven't equipped crystals, I don't know when. Let's save before we do anything. What do you know? I was right. Could use some bit of crowd control out there in Oregon, if you wouldn't mind. That we do, Alistair. That we do.
It is begun.
Poor Wilhelm didn't have a great time. I'm so bad at remembering which things I've looked at already. Okay, guess we gotta go downstairs. Oh dear. I got fucking skewered. Wilhelm's special brew. I'll take it. That is if I oh shit, that's a lot of red. Gee, that guy has a knife in his face. Or a bit of shrapnel, whatever that is. I was just trying to sweep up. God damn it. Like it took him like a hot 5 seconds to notice me. To freeze me, I don't care.
Another battle
fuck, he's fighting a wizard. God damn it. Thanks, Wynn. I really like Wynn.
Very well.
Yeah. Jesus, what the fuck? Hey guys.
By the Maker, we're saved!
You weren't sent by the ban, were you? To save us?
I wasn't sent by anyone.
So we could have just starved down here? The band gave up on us? I suppose I should be grateful that someone came at all then. Thank you. But if you weren't sent by someone, why are you here? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh my god, a merchant told me about this place.
The statue outside? Why would... Oh, I think I see. You bought the control rod, didn't you? You came here looking for Shale. That damnable golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance!
Killed your father?
My father's name was Wilhelm, mage to the Arls of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais, and what did he get? One day my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and Shale standing over him just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake Shale up, well, it's yours now.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
My mother never talked about it much. I was just a small child when my father died. Look, I know you probably have more important things on your mind, but I really need your help. I know you already saved my life, and I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you?
Sure, I'm a master trap disarmer.
There are defenses my father put down here to keep strangers out. I knew about the barrier, I had the key for that, but the rest of it, well, we never came down here. Ever.
I'll see if I can find her.
You will? Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area, I think. She has to be there.
I'll go look for her then. Like the lovely person that I am. Auto-save, that's never a good sign. Sure a lot of cobwebs. The fuck was that? If we're heading into another... That's the guy who... What the fuck? Who's channeling fucking demons? had demons in his basement. That's great.
I shall do it.
Injury kit, we'll take that for sure. They are super duper useful. Nothing else seems to be useful though, so. Ooh. I like that. I want it. What rings do I have? 1 cunning plus 10% cold resistance. I don't know, they're both pretty good. But that other one had a lot of other benefits. Let me just look at it again. Okay, yeah, I think I can lose the cold resistance. I don't know, I kind of want to give that to someone else though, which means I'll have to get rid of... Oh, I need to give that to Sten, don't I? Damn it. I have 2 bows for some reason. Why do I have 2 bows? And remove this. I'll probably give it to someone. That's completely worthless. Why is Alistair wearing that? This and give that probably get rid of this. Is this? This guy had some creepy thing going on in his basement. Gee.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Don't cats like to be in trees?
Okay, I'm gonna save right here.
Oh look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people.
We? Who is we?
Kitty and me, of course. You don't see anyone else here, do you? Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
The cat finds me distracting.
Kitty's clever. She says you want to take me back to my father, but I'm not going. She would be lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
It's a desire demon, isn't it? That's not a cat.
Of course she's a cat. She just talks, that's all.
Talking is simple enough, once you know how.
I don't think this is safe.
Oh, bug whistles. You're just no fun. I'm going to ignore you now.
Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger. It seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose a compromise of sorts. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
Let you have the girl? You mean... Don't you think he'll notice something else?
Mortals often allow themselves to be blinded by hope. They see what they wish to see. If the father hopes to see his Amalia alive and unharmed, perhaps he will. Thank you. You are very gracious.
The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Oh, this is so exciting! Kitty is going to be free! I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so perfect and pretty.
So I lied. I haven't agreed to anything, I lied.
I am still trapped. What is the matter?
I'm trying to think, is there a way to solve this without the kid dying? Why, but, like, why would she want to possess a kid if she's a desire demon? Don't they just want to bang everyone? Like an Ada Yakshi? That's how I see it, anyway. I think of everything in terms of Mass Effect.
I like it when Kitty sings to me. Father doesn't like cats, but he never met Kitty.
Is there a way to solve this? Well, that was the lie option, so I guess. Okay, how the fuck am I supposed to?
I shall do it.
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
It is begun.
Oh, I'm on fire.
As you say.
God, what the fuck is this?
Kitty is my best friend.
I shall do it. It is begun. I shall do it. As you say.
I was thinking about the sun, silly.
God, I hate these kinds of puzzles. So Murugan's on fire.
As you say.
Fantastic.
As you say.
Tell me a story.
Where am I even trying to get this to? There, right.
As you say.
Move, people.
Oh, it's a flower. Is it a daffodil? I like daffodils.
I'm on fire again.
It is begun.
Stop setting on people.
Very well.
Guys. Move out of the fire, you idiots.
It shall be
Morrigan! Stop running into fire like an idiot! Oh my god.
Tell me a story.
Who's with you people?
I like it when Kitty sings to me.
Alistair, I love you and everything, but standing in fire for no good reason is taking it a bit far. If you run into fire again, I swear I will slap you.
my best friend.
It is begun. It shall be done, as you say. It shall be done.
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
As you say.
Aha. I'm the smart
Yes.
person.
I can feel the magic fading. Oh, I had forgotten how it feels not to be caged.
Kitty? What's happening?
A wonderful thing, my dear, for both of us. Betrayal! You will not take the girl. She is mine!
Kitty! You're scaring me! I won't let you inside me! I won't!
Yep, called it. Fucking called it. Let's just freeze everything. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's your time to shine! Have a good day.
Why? So that's what those creepy ass screams. That's what the creepy ass screams were. Okay.
Another battle
So yeah, this guy just had demons in his basement. What is going on? Oh, they're still fighting one. There's one next to them, swords out there. Well, guess you guys took care of that. I would make the worst Grey Warden if I was actually doing this. What was this guy into that he just had demons locked up in his basement?
You did it! You freed her! Thank you so much!
I'm sorry I ran away, Daddy. I was so scared.
It's all right, Butterfly. You're safe now. All the bad creatures are gone. You'll need a phrase to activate Shale. It's Doolan Han. I wouldn't want the thing, but it's obvious you can handle yourself just fine. Now we should go, and quickly. Thank you again. We owe you our lives.
Well, to quote Aang, you could call it luck, or you could call it lying. Lying saved the day. And also it doesn't count when it's to a creepy ass Ada Yakshi sex demon. Ah, frames. Why is this just like... The basket is almost empty. Most of the birds seem to be scattered. Right then. Wow, that's pretty awesome. The statue appears to be inert.
This is a golem, I believe. Damaged, perhaps beyond repair. There may be a way to reactivate it, though that is not necessarily wise.
On closer inspection, you see that the statue is embedded with numerous crystals, some of them cracked. It may be of dwarven make. This is awesome.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And not even a mage this time. Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical.
How do you know I'm not a mage? I mean, I'm Alistair, so, hello?
I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
And the villagers had no idea they were being watched. Creepy.
Then one wonders that you wouldn't be grateful to the one who allowed you to stretch your legs, Gollum.
Another mage, I see. Charming. I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
I take it that wouldn't concern you.
Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be. Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace.
Do you have a name?
Perhaps. I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Gollum. Gollum, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Gollum and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Gollum, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
Is something wrong?
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
What? Why?
Oh, go on. It will be fun.
I'm sorry, why is that an option? I don't like where this is going.
Then order me to stop, or go away, or just order me, please.
Okay.
And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is... broken?
So you'll be happy about that?
I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me?
Haven't given it much thought.
I see. Wonderful. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village.
What do you want to do?
I watched this village for so long, unable to move or act. My memories of anything before are vague at best. So I have no idea what I want to do. I'm glad to be mobile. Is that not enough?
You're welcome to come with me. Could use another heavy hitter.
Are you certain you want to bring that thing with us? It could be dangerous. And large.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Good point. Better it than me, anyhow.
I will follow it about, then. For now. I am called Shale, by the way.
I'm Alistair. Nice to meet you.
This should be interesting.
Ooh, so we have a new companion. That's pretty damn cool, if I'm honest. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the team I had, so I'm just gonna go with that. Alistair disapproves? What the... Alistair... I mean, Alistair seems to have disapproved of every companion I've brought along so far, so I guess it's not really surprising. But it's fine. He still loves me. We're still good. Okay, as far as I know there is nothing more to do here, so guess we should be out of here then. Oh wow, we've been it's been nearly 2 hours. Yeah, I'm really glad I decided to do the DLC stuff. That's pretty cool. So yeah, let's return to camp and talk to people again. Nobody has any pressing matters. Let's talk to some people. Not being a Shale.
I have been mistaken.
What do you mean?
You are a soldier worthy to stand among the Beresad. I did not think so when we first met.
What changed your mind?
You did, of course. The day will come when the Arishok sends us here. On that day, I will not look to find you on the battlefield.
What are you talking about?
The future. Perhaps it will not come to pass. There is no point in dwelling on it. We should move on. As you wish.
Okay. I guess I should give him his sword though. I'd actually equip it like I gave it to him, but I need to equip it. If I didn't do that already. I didn't. That's smart. Oh, that was probably for that chest. Oh well, I'll have to go back there then. I could have sworn I saw his sword in here. Unless it's under like plot items or something. No, okay. Well, we should talk. I risk nothing.
So, all this time we've spent together, you know, the tragedy, the brushes with death, the constant battles with the whole blight looming over us. Will you miss it once it's over?
Miss the battles or miss you? Makes me tear up just thinking about it.
Ha! There'll be no more running for our lives. No more darkspawn. Ugh, and no more camping in the middle of nowhere. I know it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but I've come to care for you.
Oh my god!
A great deal. I think Maybe it's because we've gone through so much together. I don't know. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself? Or do you think you might ever feel the same way about me?
I think I already do. Oh my god! I'm losing my shit again. I'm sorry. I think I already do.
So I fooled you, did I? Good to know. That wasn't too soon, was it? Good. I'll take that as a good sign. Maker's breath, but you're beautiful. I am a lucky man. Now, let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. I need another minute. What is wrong with me? What is actually wrong with me? Okay, deep breaths, deep breaths. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys can't see my face, but I'm like grinning so much it hurts. Oh my god. Fuck! Hot. Oh my god. I'm literally shaking. This is not a joke. Oh my god. Okay. Deep breaths are being taken. God. I think Shale likes crystals, and she's the one who can equip these.
Ooh, shiny.
Shiny.
Ooh, shiny.
I was gonna have this one, right? Oh, but now I can't see his beautiful face. That's sad.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
It sounds wonderful.
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sorts of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs, and shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
What's so special about shoes?
Well, they're shoes. They're pretty. Some of them anyway. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Wouldn't that be hard to walk in?
I wouldn't want to run in it, or have to enter battle, but for lounging in a lady's sitting room, perfect. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
They're comfortable.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Okay. It's been like 2 hours, so I am going to end this part here. Yeah, I will see you guys next time.